Hello everyone, welcome back to Strem. Welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. Last time we uh, played, um, we assaulted Moonrise Towers, and we descended into the Mind Flayer colony underneath Moonrise. Rescued Zevlor, rescued Mizora, rescued us, rescued a bunch of other people, and killed a bunch of absolutist cultists and other mind flayers. And now we're ready to go fight Ketheric Thorm.
Anyone else's tadpoles squirming around a lot more than usual.
It senses something, doesn't it? I'll keep my guard up.
Just gonna end concentration there. Or not. Yeah.
Is that blood?
That way it'll
Never mind.
snap into initiative the right way. Alright. Hail Hydrate, welcome Ray.
No longer a background murmur. The presence in your mind builds to a roar.
Morning Ray, how are you?
The Absolute is behind this door.
Well, then let's go in. Or so you gotta run both. Okay. Well, thank you for saying hi and have a not so stressful day at work. I'm tired. I feel you.
You said it was under control.
It isn't
Thank you for
I
lurk.
answer to, Gortash.
Oh, the general voice. Is this where we salute?
Salute, yes. With cleavers through his blood-starved flesh. How it crawls with failure. Like flies on lick-wet carrion.
You forget yourself, Orin. I have played my part.
You built an army for our masters, true enough. But what of the astral prison? A rogue true soul flaunting it under your nose all this time. And you ran from her.
Sure that they would follow and deliver it into my hands here. If you would cease these distractions.
The distractions have been yours, Ketheric. Perhaps we never should have dug your daughter up.
Ooh.
So you haven't lost your edge. But you're still not as sharp as Orin, I wager. The Slayer against the Undying One. That'd be fun to see.
His crypt breath sings to my sinews. Again, again. But he must lead the murder march to Baldur's grave.
If the weapon is truly in your grasp, Ketheric, might I suggest closing your fist? Orin and I can wait for you no longer. The plan proceeds. We're going to the city, and we expect you to follow. Army and the weapon in tow.
The Edict of Bane.
The lash of God!
Up comes the brain.
The Testament of Merkel!
Elder Brain. One of the cruelest and most powerful creatures in existence. Enslaved by mere mortals.
There we are. It wouldn't do to fight in front of our guest. Behold, Duke Ravengard, the Absolute.
Heaven preserve us.
You wag your word flap in vain, Alderling. Once the worm holds the
At
whip,
time?
your
Okay.
shredded flesh will serve us.
I forgot I still had that. Alright, well. I'll do it once the cutscene's over.
Shit, no. Father!
Now, it's really time we were going. We will empty this place and begin the march.
Keep the pre-roll
You may
off.
catch up with
Fair
the
enough.
army once you've retrieved the weapon. And Ketherick, do try not to sulk. You're supposed to be the fearsome general come to conquer the city. And I am the hero who will save it.
It is time, faithful ones. March on Baldur's Gate. We go to prepare the way.
These look lovely. Piece of 3. Alright. Ad break started. I think. It's loading. There we go. So I got a minute to plan my attack. Okay. Let's see here. We've got Necromites over here. Ketherick Thorm's here, but he's currently invulnerable because he's got the Night Song Prison. We've got some little brain buggers over here. Full-blown Mind Flayer here, and there's the Night Song. Alright. Well, let's move up a little bit. We've got Sorcerer, or Sorlock. Warlock, welcome back from the ads, by the way. Got a Warlock, a Cleric, and a Druid. No one really versed in sneakiness. Let's see.
Seems like the best way.
Alright, well,
There you are, as predicted. What is it, I wonder, that draws one toward death like a moth to light? You could have run away, absconded with the prism. The one thing that could prevent me from fulfilling my destiny. But the lure of one's destiny is irresistible, isn't it? Perhaps you hope to learn your place in history before you are erased from it. A bright flash of clarity before the snuffing out.
and what is my place, Ketherick?
Your place is to die so that I might finally live. Let us speak plainly.
Alright.
My Lord Merkel gave me the one thing I desired, the one thing no other god could grant me. My daughter's life returned. Her heart beating once more. For that, he asked that I serve as his chosen. Join Orin and Gortash to grow the cult of the Absolute, and then take control of it. He's never never had a more devoted follower. I have fought great wars before, in the service of other gods and other powers. But for Merkel, I would condemn all of Faerun to death.
Well, not all of
You
it.
are all that stands between me and
daughter.
my destiny. And you have brought the prism here. I will kill you now. And then I will raise you as my servant.
So you're planning on betraying your allies?
Yes. Join the army of the dead, true soul. Witness Lord Merkel's glory.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. Okay,
She must be freed.
well, let's see here. Okay. Can't reach.
On my way.
There we go. Let's see here. Let's bring out this. Put that there. Target is too far. Alright, well, let's see if we can move up. There we go.
Nothing will stand in my way.
Okay. I don't have the teleporting. What gauntlets do I have? Daredevil. Okay. So I'm gonna have to
All right then.
Misty Step.
For the fallen.
The mark of Malor on you.
Go us. Net discharge.
No holding back. Fleet of
Alright, this is gonna suck for you, but I need somebody up here with Ketherick. Ha!
What a fool you are. You cannot kill me. I am eternal.
Are you now?
Merkel, Lord of Bones, I am here. I am ready. I am yours.
Yeah, let's just stand in the fire. Well.
Shit.
Okay. It's a duelist. Fuck you! You miss! Ow. Ow. Well,
Now you wear a face to match your soul, Oathbreaker.
who died? Yeah, hit that axe. Be a distraction. Alright, I'm just gonna go over to Will. And I'm gonna go in the wall of fire, because I don't want to burn myself.
Stay focused.
Alright, Butterflies! Divine Smite! Divine Smite!
Well, so much for peace.
Let's see here. Let's jump over here. Oh, okay. Die!
Impossible. Death cannot take me. I am its master. My lord, hear me. Nothing. I am forsaken.
Well, sucks to be you.
You have no idea what you've done. Isabel.
Hey, Aelin, you got him. He's dead.
No. Now, we pick our way toward our fates. Unleashed.
You have my sword. My fealty. Do what you must. Then we fly this foul place.
Okay, well that was a thing.
Permanently, this time.
Ketheric's never stopped. It's in his armor. Take it.
Hold on. You gotta look pretty. Alright, there it is.
Open up.
In death, the body is cooling, but energy radiates from the stone.
Remarkable. Truly. Now the picture comes together.
The Absolute is neither god nor man. It is the Elder Brain you saw, held here by those three against its will.
The crown it wears controls it, and these stones control the crown. It has been dominated.
What are these stones?
The crown's markings suggest it was forged in Netheril, an ancient empire whose mastery over magic rivaled that of the gods. It is a crown of domination. The stones were taken from its crest. They are nether stones, imbued with the ability to control the wearer of the crown. The crown's netherese magic must be the true source of the parasite's abilities. This must be what elevates their potential. And it must be the reason nobody could heal you. If the crown can do this to the parasites, I dare not imagine what it is doing to the brain.
How's it you're able to leave the astral prison now?
A temporary reprieve, but a welcome one. With the brain on its way to the city, its influence here is weakened.
Do you know who our enemies are?
One of them I know. Lord Enver Gortash. An arms dealer and a slaver. A worshipper of Bane, the god of tyranny. The other is a mystery to me. But the way she spoke, it's most likely she follows Baal, the god of murder.
Ketheric was a follower of Merkel, which means the Absolute is a front for the gods of death, and our enemies are the chosen of the Dead Three.
Chosen of the Dead Three.
Bane, Baal, and Merkel. The tyrant, the assassin, and the necromancer.
They are known to pick from their most devout followers a chosen, granting them incredible powers. Each one alone would be a formidable enemy.
But working together and controlling an Elder Brain, I dare not imagine what they might achieve.
Well, what hope do we have if the gods themselves are involved?
Hope is a luxury for those who have a choice. This is the battle of our lives, and the lives of everyone in Faerun. The army of the Absolute is marching on Baldur's Gate.
Within the city, an Elder Brain brimming with power, ready to turn everyone within its reach into mind flayers. All it needs is an order.
An order the Death Gods chosen are on the cusp of giving. We must wrest control of the brain from the chosen before that happens. We must take their stones. Our chances of success are slim, but we must not fail. If we fail, everything ends. I will be your shield, but you must be the sword. And when the chance to strike comes, you must take it. For there may only be one chance.
Okay. Oh. Hello. Alright. What was this crumpled note? Let's give that to Shadowheart. There you go. Papa, I love you. From Iz. Aww. Let's send that to camp. Okay. Well. What happened to the Mind Flayer? I guess it dead. Or maybe it fled. I don't know.
Kethric's soul is no more. And may he stay dead this time.
Just want to check something. Boots. There. I'll fix them later.
No one stopped me yet.
Alright. Let's head to the surface.
Come, there are important matters to discuss. A curse lifted. The dead three allied once more. The balance shifts. There are depths to this alliance yet unplumbed. Consider, mortal. Do illithids possess souls?
These abominations are soulless, surely.
Correct. Yet, the three amass an illithid army void of apostolic souls that could imbue them with power. A flock without souls, yet to what end, mortal? This is the question thou must come to answer. Until such time, be availed of my services.
Surprised to see you here. Why are you here?
Where matters of balance are concerned, I am eternally called.
You seem to know a lot about the Dead Three.
Yes, Bane, Lord of Darkness, Baal, Lord of Murder, Merkel, Lord of Bones. Once judged, ascended, then vanquished as one and as three. The alliance is reforged, mortal. The plains thus quake, and the gods shudder.
Speak plainly, is there more you can tell me?
No.
Alright. Okay, well, what you want?
Gods be damned. With that parasite in his brain, Father could wreak untold havoc in the Absolute's name. Should Baldur's Gate fall to the Absolute, every one of the coast cities will be ripe for the plucking. We're not just fighting for our cure. We're fighting for my father. We're fighting for the Gate. We're fighting for all of Faerun.
What do you know about Gortash and Orin?
Orin? I'd never heard tell of. But Gortash I know. Or know of, more precisely. A self-styled strategic advisor to Baldur's Gate's peers. A bit player with dreams of a leading role, the way Father told it. He had no use for Gortash, and even less for his advice. I don't remember much beyond that. But where these Chosen are concerned, I have a suspicion we're about to know more than we'd like.
The Absolute's cult has Ravengard. Where will they take him?
Worm's Rock Fortress. All travelers to Baldur's Gate flow through it. It serves as headquarters for the Flaming Fist, and their commander, my father. The Absolute's army's on the march. Gods forbid a tadpole Grand Duke throw open the gates for them.
Mazora said you can say what led to your pack in exile. It's time I know the whole truth.
Yes, but first a question. If your home were under siege, what would you sacrifice to save it?
I'd give my life if it meant keeping the residents safe.
As would I. And more. I was 17. Father, older Ravengard, had just been named a Grand Duke and was called away to Elturel to help settle a dispute. That's when the Cult of the Dragon made its move.
Cult of the Dragon, I never heard of them.
A religion devoted to conjuring the most evil of goddesses, the Dragon Tiamat. A 10-day after Father left, I heard a whisper as I slept. Duskhawk Hill. The Queen of Chaos awakens. Go alone. I grabbed a rapier and set out. There wasn't a cloud in the sky, yet not a single star was shining. There they were, gathered at the foot of the hill.
Your head tingles. Will wants to show you what happened.
Alright, yeah. Allow Will to share his memory with you.
In the looming shadow of the mount, 5 groups of 5 figures each encircle a lofty totem. Atop each totem, a dragon's head is carved, and a massive orb held in its mouth. The cultists chant, first softly, then crying to the starless sky. There is a crack of thunder, a gust of wind, and a dragon's white head appears in the storm. As the maelstrom howls, Missoura's lips press to your ear. She will destroy Baldur's Gate. Grant me your soul, and I will give you the power to save it, she whispers.
She read the terms while 2 devils stood witness, and I said yes. 1 soul for 1 city.
Surely Missoura doesn't care about Baldur's Gate. Why would you want to save it?
She didn't. She came on order of her mistress, Zariel. Tiamat made a play for power. Zariel had other plans. That was the most Missoura's ever said. All that mattered was that she got her prize. Another pet added to her warlock menagerie.
Well, sacrificing your soul to save the city was a brave thing to do.
I don't know that it was brave. I just know that it was right. The moment I agreed, I burned with the fires of Avernus and oozed the rot of Dis. The cultists choked on our poisons and burned from our flames. And when we were done, all that remained were 5 grayed orbs atop a pile of ash. My soul was bound, and my lips were sealed.
Is this how you lost your eye in the battle with the Cult of the Dragon?
It is the one scar I ever bore of it. Missoura replaced it with a sending stone. She uses it to track my location and speak from a distance. I could flee to the spine of the world, or the depths of the lower dark, and still never shake her.
What about your father, the Grand Duke?
He returned to an unsuspecting city and a wayward son with a smirking devil at his side. I tried to tell him the truth, but my mouth couldn't form the words. I'd led him to the battlefield, but Missoura had swept it clean. I showed him my stone eye, but he only turned away. After, he said only one word: go. So I did.
Well, that sucks. Alright, well, we'll return to the subject later.
I understand.
Alright,
I'm
Jira.
exhausted. Better find some.
I would not linger in this land over long. But whatever your business, I will aid you if I can.
You need to part ways for the moment. I'll find you a camp.
You're sure?
Yeah.
Later then. I tell you not to get in trouble, but I suspect it will find you whether you like it or not.
Probably. Reason I did that is because I don't know if I got all the caustic brine. And until I do, I don't want Isabel running in through here with Jaheira here and getting hurt, because that will cause Jaheira to leave.
The shadows are losing their grip on these lands. Shah can indeed be thwarted. Comforting to know. You wanted something?
We'll do that one.
Thank you. I think any attempts at comforting me might be in vain just now. But you're sweet to keep me in your thoughts.
Helen! Isabel!
My love. You were dead. I saw your body.
I'm here. And so are you. And my father, he can't hurt us any longer.
I dreamt every night that you'd come back to me. That somehow it was all a nightmare Dawn would undo.
I had no dreams at all. Nothing but darkness. And when I woke, my father said you were dead.
His soul was poisoned by the god of death. His sick devotion ruined him. But for all his sins, he brought you back to me. Are you all right?
I will be. And you?
In this moment, I want for nothing.
Aww. The paladin and her cleric.
Ah, there you are. This is Aelin. Aelin, this is...
Oh, but we have met. This is the soldier that freed me most valiantly from the Shadowfell. They
Well,
watched my boot crush
I'm not
their
exactly
reign
a
of villainy,
soldier.
and fought well against your changed father.
May he rest in peace at last, now that he's dead.
Gotta run, have a good
I
time.
have
Okay.
more to thank you for than I knew.
Thank you for
And we have much to
being here,
discuss.
Ray. Have a
Perhaps we could join you in your camp later.
not horrible day at work. You'd be most welcome at my camp.
We look forward to it.
You there, Sharon. By the fires of your camp's hearth, we will discuss all we must.
I'll be ready. Whatever you have to say had better be worth your life.
Now, you will leave us. We must take succor in one another's bodies and words.
Jesus.
Aelin! We'll see you later.
You're not denying it. But yeah, she may have called Shadowheart Sharon,
To do.
but if you look at Shadowheart's character sheet, it says level 10 cleric, Tempest Domain, high half elf, acolyte of Saluna. Shadowheart is no longer Sharon. Which is why I changed her outfit.
Watching out for me. You lot could have tossed me back in the shadows. You're one of us. No fears left behind. I'm glad that's still the case.
Thaniel rests well. He's healing very rapidly, now that Oliver has returned to him.
So what happened to Oliver exactly? Did Daniel absorb him?
No more than my right hand can absorb my left. Oliver is helping Thaniel to recover. They both lie dormant, like trees awaiting spring. Once the curse is lifted, they can stand as one or as a pair. Whatever they wish, I hope they will remain as a pair. It will be good for them both to have a friend, once I'm gone. Still, I would like to return there someday. See Thaniel and Oliver again. In my meditations, or perhaps in person, if the Oak Father wills it. I hope he does.
So when will the curse actually be lifted?
I can't say for certain, but we'll see it come to pass long before this place recedes behind us. Don't worry. All is at hand. We can depart whenever you're ready.
I'm glad I could
knew
help.
I could put my faith in you. If only we had met sooner.
So what now? You got what you wanted.
I have. But perhaps there is more that I want. Anyway, once the curse is lifted, nature can take its course without me. I belong at your side.
Well, I'm glad to have
And
you.
I'm glad to be had. Glad to be with you, I mean. Good. Now our roots can deepen. Together.
Oh boy. Okay. He leveled up.
Shall we continue?
Also, Halcyon, you're not very smooth. I mean, if my uncharismatic ass can pick up what you're trying to lay down horribly, then, yeah. Alright, so... Circle of the Moon. Pest spells. Yeah, that's good. Feet. Yeah, let's go ahead and do an ability improvement and up your dex. Alright, so he now has Wild Shape Dilophosaurus, so he can be a Velociraptor sort of thing. Or no, Dilophosaurus. That's the one from that spits the tar at Dennis Nedry in Jurassic Park with the fin and or the frill, whatever. And he can become elementals. Nice. Cantrip. The guidance. Pair spells. It's actually a good lineup for him. So feet. Let's make you tough. Give you more hit points. Alright.
What to do?
Thanks for watching out for me. You lot could have... When Duke Elton formed the Flaming Fist, he sought out people of courage and honor to fill its ranks. You saved Daniel, lifted the curse, and killed an immortal. It's safe to say you'd have been recruited in an instant.
Well, thank you. It would have been an honor to serve under Duke Elton.
Of course, I have no idea what life is like under Duke Ravengard's rule, but I've seen the respect he inspires in the Flaming Fist. And that tells me all I need about him as a leader. I hope you can save Duke Ravengard. For the good of Baldur's Gate.
Well, come with me. I could use a Flaming Fist by my side.
Thank you. But look at me. I am a relic. A glimpse of history barely strong enough to stand on his own 2 feet. Besides, Nathaniel should have someone here when he wakes up. It's the least I can do.
Then I wish you luck. Thank you for your help.
You too, my friend. Thank you. From Nathaniel and I.
Alright, let's check on the kids. Oh,
Back in last light, I was racking my brains. How the hells do we get past the curse? And then a blinding light cuts through the darkness like a blade through butter. All thanks to you, I hear.
Yeah.
Didn't think we'd make it without the old Hell Rider to lead us. But you did a damn fine job.
Could have done without you here on the Harpers.
You're too humble. But the best leaders know they're only as good as the people around them. Zevlor told me that. Turns out the people around him were better than him. Guess he got what was coming to him.
Well, you shouldn't speak ill of the dead. He did do his best.
I looked up to him. We all did. But he let us down when we needed him most. There are less mouths to feed, but we still need supplies for the road. We'll scavenge what we can. Hopefully, we'll see you again in the city.
Hopefully. Taking the grows off the table. Dictated described Yanithus by General Ketherick. Druids, meddling and meddlesome. I have a history with them that makes me wary of underestimating them. They will certainly not welcome the rise of the Absolute in their vicinity, and could become significant obstacles if we don't find a way to take them out of play. I speak here, for starters, of the Emerald Grove and the end of the Cloakwood Circle. They cannot easily be defeated without a significant diversion of resources, but they can perhaps be neutralized from within. Druids, by their very nature, do not smile at this. The value of the balance of natural forces over the welfare of humanity in general, and in the extreme this is expressed by the faction historically known as the Shadow Druids, who favor complete separation of the circles from what they regard as the ills of civilization. We shall identify the current leaders of the Shadow Druids, cultivate them with gifts while intimidating them with threats, and encourage them to see that the wisest and most prudent course is for the Druid circles to stand neutral as the army of the Absolute marches on the blighted cities of the civilized. Disciples Rel shall select an appropriate agent to parley with the Shadow Druid leaders. Eventually, all shall be infected with tadpoles. Interesting. Looks like we nipped that in the bud. Hey, kids.
Miss Elvira wants to write us a song about you fighting Ketherick. But I miss Mole.
Why, yes. Once Alfira's done with this song, we will be looking for patrons. All coppers welcome, pal.
I found Mole's eye patch.
It's just Mole's eye patch. She's lost loads of them. That doesn't mean anything. Did you want something, or are you just here to stir?
It's alright, I'm sure Mole will be waiting for you at Baldur's Gate.
Exactly. And we'll definitely feel her wrath if she thinks we ever doubted her.
Alright.
You're here. Good. That's good.
Are you alright?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just worried about the kids. Mole is still missing, and they haven't taken it too well. I've been trying to cheer them up. We're writing a song together. But I think they're just humoring me.
Well, I'm sure they appreciate it.
Maybe. I'd love to put on a show just for them. But it's boring if I'm the only one playing. I need another bard. Maybe I'll find one in the city. Until then, the kids and I shall work on our masterpiece.
I mean, you taught me how to play, so...
One problem at a time.
I'll let this go on for a little bit.
That was a blast. Thank you. I hope we get to play again sometime soon.
Alrighty, let's go ahead and see if we can sell shit to the quartermaster.
Just tell me what you need.
I'll get that for Halson. No, insufficient gold. Okay, well, let's start selling shit. Not gonna need that. Gonna need that. How much is that? Never use Alchemist Fire anyway. We'll keep the eye patch. Blade. Padded armor. Okay. Okay. Now let's see here. We want this arrow. We want this arrow, this arrow, this arrow. These arrows. Smoke powder, bomb, arrow. And any food you might have. Potato, replica, ham, supply pack, chicken. Alright.
Lady Luck.
Camp. Alright, I think good. Let's see. Okay, so we did fight the Githyanki. So yeah, we're pretty much done with the Shadow Curse lands.
It hasn't been that long.
We leave the heart of the Absolute alive, thanks to you. You did well to defeat Ketheric, but Ketheric was only the first to fall. There are many more battles ahead, and they will not be so easily won. You will need allies.
Well, yeah, that's why I recruited Chihira.
Jaheira's wisdom will be an asset to you on the journey ahead. Her Harper's too. Halsin's strength and loyalty will bolster you in times of need. But if we are to succeed, we will need others.
Well, then I'll seek more allies in the city.
Good. I am glad to hear that. Baldur's Gate may not know it yet, but its fate is bound to ours.
Seek on its streets those whose purpose aligns with our own, and invite them to our cause.
Together, we will put an end to the Absolute, the Chosen, all.
Fair enough.
The road to Baldur's Gate is west of the town. If we hurry, we'll arrive before the Absolute's forces.
Alright. Go to camp. We're gonna go ahead and take a long rest. First, we're going to pick or switch out some people.
The curse is broken and the shadows are lifting. In time, these lands will heal.
I'd like you to join me.
You're full up. Dismiss someone first.
Trade places with Halsin.
Ready for battle.
Alright.
Action, not reaction.
first. Um, okay. That. Oh, I don't have her. Okay, I can pick it up later. Never mind. Okay. We're actually going to multi-class Lae'zel into that of a paladin. Because what's better than a fighter who can action surge and do multiple attacks? A fighter who can action surge and take multiple attacks and smite the shit out of people. Alright, so we're going to have her do Oath of Vengeance because reasons. And accept. Alright, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So now, let's go pick up Asterion.
I never saw myself as a banisher of shadows before. I was always more of a lurker-in, historically.
Fair enough. What do you intend to do about Cazador's ritual?
Before anything else, I need to know where it's happening. To the public, Cazador is an ordinary noble, a little reclusive perhaps, but just another of the great and the good of Baldur's Gate. He has a grand palace on the hills of the gate, where he hosts the city's high society. I don't know if he performed the ritual there. It feels too public. It'd risk exposure.
That gothic monstrosity has been inhabited by vampires this whole time?
I know. Subtle, isn't it?
Raphael's playing a dangerous game, giving Mephistopheles his secrets.
Mephistopheles is one of the lords of the Nine Hells. Raphael is not going to let any ire be tracked back to him. Perhaps Raphael even will gain from setting us on this course, who can say? All I know is I need to unravel the secrets around Cazador's ritual. And I can only do that in Baldur's Gate. Ah, my favorite traveling companion.
Want to ask about Cazador's ritual? You must be thinking about it.
The thing that will decide my fate forevermore. Yes, it's been on my mind. Why?
Do you think we can stop it?
Well, in theory, it's simple. Destroy Cazador, stop ritual. That's assuming we want to stop the ritual. What? I've obviously thought about it. If I was the one who completed the ritual, I'd have such power. And I could walk in the sun without fear I'd turn into a mind flare.
I don't think you should do it.
A pity, then, that it's not your decision to make. Of course, I don't even know if I could complete the ritual. It may be impossible, but it certainly is tempting.
Need you in my party. Will you travel with us?
Well, obviously I would. But you have so many followers already. I wouldn't want to crowd you.
Well.
In that case, I'd be happy to tag along.
All right. Let's see here.
What a day.
Do have the shade cleaner. Level up. Ranger level 7. Iron Mine. Nice. Okay. So spells. Wait. What kind of ranger is he? I forgot. I thought he was like a Gloomstalker or something. Yep, he's a Gloomstalker. Okay. Let's go stone or bark skin. Play spells. Oh, those are good. Okay, feet. Let's do Mage Slayer. Not necessarily for this, or the attack caster thing, but for advantage on saving throws, and specifically, if I shoot you, you have disadvantage on saving throws for concentration.
Let's get going.
All right. Let's do this. Open shoebox 1. Where's the Saluna boots? It must be. No. Okay, so they're in the other one. Shoebox 2. Saluna boots. Helmet. Slow circlet. Okay.
I wonder what the next move is.
Yeah. There we go.
No time to rest?
You wanted something? I'm sorry. It might be best kept until later. I'd be a poor counsel and worse company just now.
Alright. Well, let's go ahead and... There's an exclamation point here. Oh yeah, you want to talk about something, don't you?
You saw Gortash, didn't you? What the fuck was he doing down there? Is all of this because of him? The tadpole, the absolute. How?
Seems he's a servant of Bane, as Kefit served Merkel. Who knows what power he's gained since you knew him?
I'd never have protected a Baneite even a decade ago. I looked after that fucker with my life. I trusted him. He gave me away to Zariel without a second thought. And now he's looking to ruin the entire Sword Coast. He has to die. And I'm gonna be the one who kills him.
We'll do it together, whatever it takes.
He can't get away with what he's done. To me. To us. He won't get away with it.
You got 2 levels to come
Wish we
back up
could
to.
stay and see what this place will be like without the shadows. I bet it's beautiful. No rest for the wicked, huh?
So tell me more about your relationship with Gortash.
He got his claws into me early. I was a wild kid, brawling my way through the city. One of my mates got wind of a bit of work guarding some indoorsy type with lots of enemies. Seemed like easy money, so I went in for it. He took one look at me and said I was perfect. I like that. Not like that, you know. Just... it felt like a good fit. I kept him safe and he paid me well. Well enough to move into a better neighborhood and put something away for the future. My future. I respected him, trusted him. And he returned that trust, that respect. His life was in my hands, and I took that seriously. The whole thing with Zariel happened so fast. I had no idea what had gone down until it was over. One minute I was in Baldur's Gate, a happy, healthy, not quite kid. The next, I was burning up in Avernus with an engine for a heart. Zariel laughed. Said she paid him well for my services. She'd wanted to test her new machine, and he said I'd be able to handle it. He was right. Sometimes I wish he weren't. Evil, evil bastard.
Well,
Soldier.
Come on, we're heading out.
Looks like your troops all trooped up. You'll need to send someone packing if you want me to join.
Temporarily
Now we're talking.
Miss Shadowheart. So, Karlak.
What's cooking?
Oh, we need to get her special thing too. Okay. Gonna be a barbar. Brutal critical. Your feet. Let's do resilient. Constitution. And now, okay, we'll do one more level in Barbar because of the animal aspect. But the remaining 2 levels that Karlak's gonna have are gonna be in Fighter, so she can get Action Surge. Alright, aspect of Bear. Carrying capacity is doubled and you have advantage on strength checks. Aspect of the Chimpanzee. Resistance to fall damage and throwing supplies blinds. Okay. Crocodile. Increases agility in water. Movement speed increases by 10 feet while standing in water-based surfaces. And on slippery surfaces, you have advantage on saving throws and being knocked prone. Eagle. Enhances your eyesight. Basically, dark vision and advantage on perception checks. Honey Badger. Poisoned, frightened, or charmed at the start of your turn, you have a 50% chance to begin raging without expending a rage charge. Stallion. Safety movement. Dashing grants you temp hit points equal to twice your barbarian level. Tiger. You add additional strength modifier to attack rolls against bleeding or poison targets and gain proficiency in survival. That's a good one. Proficiency in stealth and can use aspect of the wolf. What is aspect of the wolf? I wonder. You and nearby allies add your dex modifier as a bonus to stealth checks. Okay. And Wolverine. When you attack a bleeding or poison target, you also maim it for 1 turn. And what does maiming do? Movement speed reduced to 0. Oh, wow. I'm going to go with that one. And feet. Mage Slayer. Okay.
I have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it. Can't give up now.
Gale.
A private word would be nice.
Gale is level 8 too, so we need to level him up.
I think we've done rather a good thing here. A welcome change to gift this land a sliver of hope amongst so much despair. Would that I could, but your entourage is back in the thick of things. The air is ripe with magic.
Alright, we'll give him Cone of Cold. Planar Binding. Okay, get rid of Witch Bolt, add Cone of Cold. Alright, let's go ahead and do just straight ability improvement, Dex, and your Con. Subclass features. Improved abjuration. Okay. Cantrips. Blade Ward. Spells. Let's summon Elemental. And gets banishment. Get rid of Witch Bolt. Conjure Elemental. For this one, screw it. We'll do Lucky.
Still alive, so that's progress.
All right.
You did it. Ketheric Thorm is no more. The Shadow's grip is broken. Soon, the land shall heal.
I'm glad I could help.
Not as glad as I am. Nature moves at its own pace and bestows its bounty when it sees fit. Give it time. A reward shall come to you when you need it most.
And Halsin's level 10. And there's Chihira. 10. Arabella.
If Bowman says I'll be alright, I'll be alright. I wish it was different. I wish Mum and Pops was here.
It hurts. I know it does, but you'll feel better in time.
I hope so. 'Cause it stinks.
You wanted something? I'd join you, but things are looking a tad crap. Wonderful. You wanted something?
Alright, let's go ahead and long rest.
What do you know about me? You spoke of my past, being chased by wolves. I told no one about that. Almost no one. But I certainly didn't share that with you.
There is nothing I can tell you that you do not already know yourself. They trained you well, trained you hard. Chiseled away any part of you that did not fit their plan. They made you forget.
I chose to do that. For the mission to protect Shaz.
Secrets. Yes, yes, that is an old song, girl. Your goddess cares more for her precious secrets than she does her devotees.
Get to the point.
When you freed me, you severed a bond between me and that dog, Thorm.
Hey, don't insult dogs
bond
by
of
comparing
pain.
him to Thorm.
His, inflicted on me. When I laid eyes on you, I sensed a similar bond. You, tethered to two others, someplace distant. Let me help you remember.
You feel Shadowheart's mind tug at the edges of your own. You know this sensation. She wants you to see whatever is about to be revealed.
Alright.
Your mind joins with Shadowheart's. Something pulls at you both, bringing you elsewhere.
So that wasn't a wolf.
You remember that it is a common rite among Zeluna's followers to send their children off into the woods to find their way home. Perhaps this time it had gone awry. It seems that one child never came back. She was taken.
What? Who was that man?
You already know. Did you not see yourself in him? Do you not recognize your own blood?
My father. That was him.
That is him. He lives still. And your mother, too.
No. It can't be. I'm an orphan.
And who told you that? Your adoptive family? You are not to blame. You were young, impressionable. They took you because they wanted to break and remake you. But you are a child no longer. You are a woman. One who knows what must be done.
My parents. I need to save them.
I'll help.
Your parents are with your abductors. You will need to return to their lair. But be warned. You may have once thought of them as comrades, mentors, friends, even lovers. They will all be enemies now. You have been forewarned for what is to come, but not yet forearmed.
Spear of Night? I thought that was cast into the Shadowfell.
I was able to retrieve it before it sank too far into Shah's umbral domain. Shah is quick to discard whatever she has no use for. I think you know that well enough. But I felt it call to me as I took flight. Whatever Shah calls her own, Selûne has equal claim to. They are one and the same. Their power is matched and mirrored. Take it. You will find it useful. What you do with it, that will be up to you. Same as before.
I'll need every advantage, it seems. Thank you.
A debt repaid. You returned my life unto me. Now go and claim your own.
It hurts.
Shah torments you still. What a spiteful creature she is. This will not stop until you take action. See that your parents' sacrifices are not in vain. Allow the Moon Maiden to guide you at last.
Alright, so we now have Shadowheart's endgame weapon, Selûne's Spear of Night. Selûne's Blessing. You gain advantage on wisdom saving throws and perception checks. You gain dark vision up to 40 feet. And she can cast Moonbeam. Once per long rest. And Moon Motes. I think it's like Dancing Lights, but anybody within him. Okay. Oh, they bolster enemy movement. Or hinder enemy movement and bolster allied damage. At the start of the turn, each hostile creature within the light must succeed a wisdom saving throw. They must treat the lighted area as difficult terrain. Each ally within the light deals an additional 1d4 radiant damage with melee attacks. Nice. You get Maiming Strike. It's a thrown weapon. Versatile weapon. Okay, well. Okay, and then Kethric's Shield. Get Shield and Bash. Shield Bash and Aid. And one additional spell slot. Okay.
No one back home will ever believe this.
Aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
Look at this one.
Of course.
How are you?
Relieved, terrified, sick to my stomach. I can't keep my feelings straight ever since I spared Nightsong, defied Shah. I don't know what comes next, but at least I have you by my side. Did you want something?
Of course.
I think this is the first time you can actually kiss Shadowheart. So yeah, we'll do
Oh,
that.
don't stand in ceremony. Come here.
Alright, I think the romance is locked in now.
Relieved, terrified, sick to my stomach.
Alright, that's the same
can't
thing
keep-
as how are you, so okay. Does anybody else have something to
At
say?
least Shadowheart is armed with the truth now. May its keen edge draw forth whatever vengeance she desires.
So, it's a quest to free Shadowheart's parents, is it? And here I was, worried I'd be the only one with a difficult family reunion waiting in the city.
Well, now you're not the only one.
Poor Shadowheart. She's been jerked around so much. I want to believe the gods keep this world balanced, but sometimes I wonder.
Taken from the light to be raised in darkness. Your truth is finally dawning, Shadowheart. You can follow its light, or you can retreat back into dusk. The truth is finally dawning. Shadowheart can follow its light, or she can retreat back into dusk.
Must have been furious at your father for throwing you out of the city.
No, never. He did the only thing he could. In his eyes, I invited a devil into our midst. I was a fool at best, a traitor at worst, and Grand Duke Ravengard suffers neither.
Do you miss your father?
More than you know. The better question is, did he ever miss me? If he did, he missed the Will Ravengard he once knew, not the hell-touched warlock he returned to.
Shadowheart was no true child of Shah, merely a captive. She must have her vengeance.
Oh, trust me, she will have her vengeance, and I'm gonna help.
I would not linger in this land over long. But whatever your business, I will aid you if I can.
Thou hast now a bosom companion. Take care that thou art not distracted on thy quest, seeking the comforts of the flesh.
I mean, Shadowheart? Gods, I wish you were my bosom companion. No, this isn't about the flesh, it's about companionship.
Recall that in time, all becomes dust and bone.
I swear, I can already feel a change in the air. Like the curse itself knows its time is short.
Do you have anything about Shadowheart?
I swear.
Okay. No. Alright. Alright, time to start the day by giving everybody buffs. I'll get the house last. We'll start with Shadowheart, because she's got the exclamation point.
I've been lied to. My whole life. And I was gullible enough to just believe it. My parents are alive, and I have to save them. I think a part of me always knew that. A part that Shah denied to me.
Well, whatever you must do, I'll be by your side.
Thank you. But I want you to refrain from foolish heroics. When the time comes, we'll be entering a nest of vipers. I couldn't bear to lose you. Not after everything.
I was just gonna start nuking it with
We'd
fireballs.
better press on for now, and hope we're ready when the moment comes. But before that, there's one thing I need to see to.
Do whatever you gotta do.
You'll see for yourself soon enough. Just leave it with me. Of course. Not sure what to feel. My parents are alive, and I need to save them. I'm lucky to have you by my side. I don't think I could face what's to come otherwise.
Alright. Nope. That one. I forgot I need to summon us. There you go. Just Halcyon left. this ring. Gain my spell slot back. Alright. Leave camp.
Beer. Not really my drink, you know.
I know, Asteri, we're not here to drink.
You prefer blood.
Well, yes. It was a joke.
I know that too. It just wasn't funny.
Asteri's getting heckled. By Lae'zel of all people. Is there not a... Alright, screw it.
Beholders and bandits, but never darkness itself. I dare say we could part all the seas of Toril if we so wished.
Looks like an army marched through here.
To Baldur's Gate. You're about to progress your adventure. Once you move on, you may not be able to return. Make sure to tie up any loose ends before leaving. Screw it! Onward!
The curse has been lifted. The land's cleansed of the shadows. Kethric's reign of living death is over. Your courage has been tested, and in this at least, you have triumphed.
Doesn't look pretty. Even Lae'zel's like, yeah, you did good. Meanwhile, in the Hall of Injustice...
Sergeant, if you are here, I presume Wern's Rock is secure, and preparations for my inauguration are complete.
No, Lord Gortash. We were interrupted. Another quake in the lower city. More severe this time.
So you came cowering to my chambers? I'm flattered, Sergeant. But even I cannot command natural phenomena to cease.
Forgive me, my lord, but there is panic in the streets. The people are afraid.
Perhaps the people would be calm if you kept your nerve. I expect better from the Flaming Fist than to run scared from a slight tremor in the earth. Get back to your duties.
Duties, duties, duties. Patrolling and saluting and following and bowing and scraping. Yes, sir. No, sir. Rip and cut your throat, sir.
Wow.
Your plan is falling apart, lordling. Give me a reason not to cut you to ribbons.
Control yourself, Orin. We need to focus on reuniting the stones or the brain will break free. These quakes are just the start. Neither of us expected the prison bearers to kill Ketheric. They'll be traveling to the city. Let's make sure we give them a Baldurian welcome.
I itch to peel you, to split your skin, to see your skull shine in the light. Little tyrant.
I sense some more.
Lucky for you, I harvested a whole family of living flesh.
Strains in
and High Sun.
the enemy's
They will
alliance.
sate my blade thirst tonight. Oh, but tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, my blades will thirst again.
Beyond the campsite, the city waits in uneasy silence, one sleep away.
Well, we made it. Baldur's Gate, just over the horizon. Do quick rounds, and then we'll fall asleep for the night.
Shadowheart has found a little bit of herself again. Selûne cannot take all the credit. She may have lit the way, but it is the cleric who took this step.
Now we're traveling together. I realize I don't know much about you.
That speaks well of your taste. I've heard my share of bad ballads about things I never did. If you have questions, ask. Just don't expect my answers to rhyme.
Fair enough. Is it true you fought the Dead Three before?
It was Baal alone we faced in our time. And bad as that was, he had no elder brain for a lapdog then. Help won't come from the history books, or from any old tales I can spin you. This is your story to write. There. Have I fulfilled my role as your wise and wizened elder?
Please, you're only one of those things.
Don't tell me which. Against all life experience, I will choose to assume the best.
Alright, well.
Well met.
Okay, you don't have anything else to say?
Speak quickly.
Does she not like me anymore? No? She likes me? Okay.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Guess she's just having a bad night.
Soldier?
Painful truths have been thrust upon Shadowheart. I believe she is strong enough to endure, but her path will be easier with our support.
How am I holding up in your estimations?
I've been unfair to you. I've had unrealistic expectations of your character ever since I joined you. But honestly, you've surpassed even those. Seems my faith was more than well-founded.
That's good. I feel like I haven't gotten to know you properly yet.
What would you like to know?
Don't take this the wrong way, but you're quite large for an elf.
I am? Trust me, it's been said. You show more restraint than most in avoiding the subject until now.
Any idea how that came about?
Who's to say? Perhaps there's a half-orc buried somewhere in my ancestry. Or perhaps not. Sometimes I think conventional wisdom is too narrow about what someone can or cannot be. Stranger things have most certainly happened.
So basically what Larian is saying is they just wanted to have a slab of beef be an elf. How'd you come to be a druid?
I had a friend when I was young, long ago. He played with me in the forests where I grew up. But eventually, I realized no one else had heard of him. It was Daniel, of course. Nature was my very first friend. I get older, but he hasn't changed a day. I knew then that I had to be more than a companion to him. I had to be a protector.
Tell me something about yourself that I wouldn't even think to ask.
I suppose you wouldn't be shocked to learn I love animals and nature?
No.
I know. Well-trodden territory. Well then, let's see. I whittle in my spare time.
Oh, that's cool.
And I've something of a sweet tooth. Although everyone's very amused when I say I like honey.
So what do you make?
Ornaments, utensils, and ducks. I like ducks.
So you turn to a bear and you like honey. A little on the nose.
I like what I like. Once you get to my age, you realize there's little point in denying yourself, so long as others aren't affected.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Thank me by returning the favor, why don't you? Come on. I'm sure you've something better than carving wooden ducks.
I live in mortal fear of krakens, though I've never actually seen one.
Well, they are fierce creatures from what I understand. But as long as you avoid the high seas, I think you can consider yourself safe. Anytime.
And Gale would like to talk. Hello, Gale.
I was supposed to sacrifice myself to stop the Absolute. Yeah, I don't think I could have gone through with it, in truth. And I'm glad that I didn't, given what has come to light.
Hi, Karlak. Why are you here? You don't miss the Shadow Curse lands, then?
Hardly. I'm more than glad to leave that place behind. The Elder Brain. But, more importantly, the crown that it wore. Even without seeing it for myself, I could sense it. Netherese magic. So pure, so complete. And I doubted what I was feeling at first. Most Netherese artifacts contain only the faintest amount of their former power. The ghost of an echo of a memory. That crown was different. I can't fathom how such a wonder survived. Surely everything of its ilk was destroyed along with Netheril itself, but no matter. It exists. I must learn more of it.
Back up a little. Why is this crown so important all of a sudden?
That crown sits on a gargantuan elder brain bent on destroying us and everything we hold dear. Understanding its true nature might unlock the means of our victory. We need to learn more about what we saw. An artifact as powerful as that crown must have been documented somewhere. as luck would have it, we'll soon find ourselves near one of the finest book collections this side of Candlekeep, Sorceress Sundries. I need to go there and learn all I can.
So you just want to go shopping?
Book shopping? But yes. Their collection of rare tomes is unparalleled. Netherese texts are hardly commonplace, but I'm certain they'll have one or two stashed away. You'll have to forgive my eagerness, but if my suspicions prove to hold water, this could be the answer to all our problems.
Okay.
The gate is closed, as is Cazador. Cazador and his rite of profane ascension. An imperial soiree, attended by devils and spawn alike. A grand ceremony to honor one exalted vampiric master. And elevate him to an unfathomable station. To place him in a position of such esteem. The world will yearn to kneel and offer their necks.
It sounds as if you envy him.
Of course I envy him. Why wouldn't I? The problem with what Cazador has done is that he did it to me. If the time comes and I can stay one move ahead of him, I'll take his place before his blood can hit the floor.
So you'd kill to take that power from him. The others bound to the ritual?
What's a handful of the wretch's servants? If they're anything like me when I was enslaved, they're all but begging for death anyway. After 200 years of shit, pure shit! I think I deserve something better.
Okay. Normally I see freedom is not the same as power. And if I was romancing him, I'd probably say this one. But I just want to make sure that I'm not going to piss him off by saying this. Because that's what I want to say. A killer isn't worthy of respect. Okay, disapproval, Act 3. Okay, it doesn't say that he'll have disapproval. Alright. No. Looks like there's no approval or disapproval, so. A killer isn't worthy of respect.
You're wrong. You've clearly never been in a place where you had nothing but shame and fear. All I'm saying is, let's be clever about it. If an opportunity arises for me to become a more magnificent bastard than I already am, why turn it down? Let's find out more about the ritual before we waltz into Cazador's front door. If we track down my old comrades, the other spawn, we may discover more and be finally positioned for yours truly to ascend.
Promise to help you stop Cazador. I won't promise anything else.
If we don't find my brethren, they'll find us, likely with bared fangs. We should get to them first. Then we can make their pretty tongues talk. Unless Cazadors change their orders, they'll be in the dens of this town, seeking prey.
Yeah, I will help you kill Cazador. I am not going to help you ascend.
There you are. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation. Come closer.
Okay. What is it?
Feel my voice rattle your bones as I proclaim our victory.
Alrighty.
Moon Maiden Selûne, hear me. Ketheric Thorm, traitor, apostle of Merkel, is dead at last. My mate, Most High. Darling Isabel is safe and well. Safe and well, and return to my embrace. Blessings upon the slayer of the Wicked One.
I couldn't have done it without you.
We are a powerful party indeed. Faerun itself trembles at our touch. My darling Isabel says we will stay allied at your side. I am pleased to hear it.
Still a great deal about you I don't know.
Pray, ask, and I will tell.
Are you really Selûne's daughter?
Do I not radiate with my mother's brightness, her glory? There can be no doubt. I am of her silvered flesh, her celestial womb.
Would your mother be willing to aid us in the fight against the Dead Three?
Why, she already has. She has brought her sword to your side, Dame Aelin. So mighty are her wonders, her great wisdom. Together, we will set this fair land free of tyranny and murder.
How did you become trapped in the Shadowfell?
Ketheric Thorm, father of my one and only love, enslaver of Dame Aelin. Ketheric Thorm never did trust me, even when he worshipped the Moon Maiden. He was threatened by my love for Isabel, by her love for me. When she died, curse the day, the hour. We each of us mourned bitterly, but Ketheric's pain could be touched by no aid, no boundary. He turned to wretched Shah, the Lady of Loss, for relief, and she whispered into his ear, poisoning his mind. He and his loathsome advisor, Balthazar, lured me into the Shadowfell, claimed they'd found someone in need of my aid. There, they trapped me in their infernal cage. I was killed, murdered, made dead over and over and over by justiciars of every make and kind. I was reborn, for it is my nature. And Ketheric fed upon my immortality all the while.
Huh.
The brute is dead, and we live!
Okay, I'm just gonna... Hi, Isabel.
I can't believe it. I can't believe Aelin is here. And my father. I heard what happened. What he'd become. By killing him. You set him free. You set Aelin free. And me.
You and Aelin seem to have a lot of history. What happened?
A great deal. But still, some of the details elude me. Ketheric Thorm was my father. He raised me to serve Selûne as my mother, rest her soul, had wished. He was everything to me, all my life. When an emissary of Selûne came to our little town, we were elated. Dame Aelin, daughter of the Moon Maiden herself. Tell me, do you believe in love at first sight?
Yeah, there's magic in a look.
That's exactly it. And I tell you, I took one look at her and I just knew she was it. Lucky for me, she felt the same way. But my father was skeptical. Aelin is immortal, after all. I understand it's strange. There's an imbalance between us, certainly. But I suppose loving Aelin felt the same as loving myself. It was natural. Then... and this is where I still need answers. I died. I'm not sure how, why, but all was black. Next I knew, I was being jolted awake. I smelled musty air, I saw shadows. And then my father's face. So changed. So hideously warped.
He'd become the chosen of Merkel.
I didn't know that then. But I could see the change in him. He told me we'd be together now. Said that Aelin was dead. I couldn't speak. Could only run. I found last light within the shadows. Made a shelter there. Prayed my father wouldn't find me. By the time Jaheira came, I'd pieced together just enough to know I'd been dead 100 years. That my father was the source of the horrors plaguing this land. My home. I couldn't tell her who I was. I had to protect them. And myself. No matter what.
Understandable.
It's all out in the open now. And with my father dead, I have nothing to fear. Except for Aelin. She needs healing. Rest. I'm grateful for your help. Your friendship. I hope we won't intrude on your hospitality too long. But I'm grateful for a safe place to... well... just to be.
I get it. I'll do it later.
Good. I was just starting to miss the sound of your voice.
Alright.
The events of the last days weigh heavily upon you. Sleep's rest is slow to come to one whose mind is so full. The Absolute is not a god, but an elder brain controlled by the chosen of the Dead Three. They mean to use it to take control of the Sword Coast. All who carry the tadpole are governed by the brain, and by extension the chosen. It will take but one order to transform them into an army of mind flayers. This would have been your fate too, were it not for the astral prison, and the mysterious visitor inside of it. With his help, you have uncovered the cult for what it really is. A plan of conquest, orchestrated by the gods of death themselves. Together, you have the power to thwart the Dead Three. If you follow this path to its end, the Elder Brain will not answer to the Chosen. It will answer to you. Will you liberate them from their parasites and their religious delusions? Or will you use the power you gain for your own purposes?
For the moment, I'll free everyone of this evil. I'll be the hero that saves Baldur's Gate.
You will not have long to wait. All you need to do now is sleep. But sleep is not for you.
Fight your way to the portal. I need your help.
Oh, great. We don't have the buffs I put up. Fuck. Okay.
Let's try this.
That orb is about to erupt!
Yankee monks.
I'm here. Help me. I'm under attack.
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
Alright. Very least we'll just do that.
Talk to me.
Where do I go from here?
It's not over. Come to the skull.
Okay, let's quickly put on armor buffs.
Hurry. I can't hold them back alone.
Alright. Jump.
I need you. Now, it's not over. Come to the skull.
Come on. There you go. you?
We are in danger.
Geek abomination! By the one true sky, what is this madness?
The Githyanki is the source of our protection against the Absolute. I must subdue him, or everything we've worked towards is lost. Don't let my form deceive you. I am the one that's been protecting you. I am the one that came to you in your dreams. Help me.
Prove to me that you are who you say.
You saved a child from a viper back in the Druid's Grove. You saved the Asima Night Song from her soul cage. You let me live last time we were here, though it brought Blackith's wrath upon you. I told you about my room in the Elsong Tavern that night when you held me. I was vulnerable. You comforted me. Your continued existence as yourself, and not a mind flayer, should be all the proof you need. Now, help me.
Still don't trust him.
Despite your best attempts to be subtle, the Mind Flayer's awareness is everywhere. You blunder in its presence like a warg pup learning to walk.
You must be joking. I am telling you my thoughts directly into your head. But if you insist on taking a look for yourself, be my guest.
Nothing in your colorful existence to date could have prepared you for this. As the horror subsides, you are left with only one coherent thought. You must do whatever you can to subdue the Githyanki.
Happy? Now, join me. Fight!
Aid an illicit against Githyanki. We cannot. We must not.
Your blind loyalty will be your undoing, Lae'zel. Fight with me for your own survival.
Well, we don't have a choice.
Together, we can turn the tide.
Alright. I want you to come over here. Ambusher. Blinded.
Can't give up.
Let's see here.
Onward.
Radiant. Down you go. Fucking stop. There's the fourth one.
Another step forward.
The firearms. Down you go.
Victory awaits. Taking position.
Destroy the honor guard.
Can't afford to let up.
I hate when that eye thing
That was
happens.
too close. Don't look at me like that.
I'll look at you however I
I'm a mind
want.
flayer. Yes. Without me, you would be a slave to the absolute.
It's obscene to owe my life to a damned geich. No more lies, no more tricks. I will have answers.
I ask again. Who are you? And I'm going to need a name this time.
You may call me the Emperor. An adventurer. I came from Baldur's Gate, though I was never one to be constrained by circumstance. I longed for more. That longing brought me to Moonrise Towers on a search for treasure. To a colony of mind flayers who caught me, changed me into what I am now. For years, I served the Elder Brain, the one you know as the Absolute. I was a thrall like any other, but I was fortunate. I broke free and started a new life in my own city. I sustained myself on criminals. Unglamorous, but there are plenty of them. Rarely missed. And they fueled me while I did my work. I had the good fortune to meet Duke Stelmane. We formed a partnership, and through her, I became the governing force behind the Knights of the Shield, the largest mercantile operation in Baldur's Gate. People referred to me as the Emperor. Such was my influence, though of course they had no idea what I really was. My needs were sated. I was happy for a while, until my true nature was discovered by the tyrant himself, Lord Gortash. He tore me from my home and brought me back to the Brain, where I became a slave once again. A slave he continued to call the Emperor. The name was intended as a slight, to remind me of the heights from which I fell. But I have grown fond of it. It encapsulates well who I've become.
So you're lost. Okay. So you're gonna tell me what this battle was about?
We fought to tame Prince Orpheus, the son of Gith herself.
Orpheus? Impossible. He was slain by Jastil Kithrak himself.
Quite possible, I assure you. His power has been the source of your continued protection against the voice of the Absolute. The power to disrupt hive mind communication. It is the same power that enabled Orpheus's mother to bring about the fall of the Illithid Empire eons ago. A power she passed on to him, and that I leveraged for you. When Orpheus's mother left, a usurper took her place. Blackith declared herself queen of the Githyanki. Blackith wanted his power, but Orpheus rose against her, and so she sealed him and his honor guard within this prison. Bound by infernal chains, Orpheus could never leave. Bound by duty, his guard never would. They were close to breaking my hold on that prince. And if they had succeeded, we would be lost. I am relieved. You have embraced your potential enough that you could help me eliminate them. Alone, Orpheus will be much easier to control.
Was it you or Orpheus that Blackith wanted us to kill when she ordered us inside the prism?
Most certainly Orpheus. He is a threat to her reign. Some Githyanki still revere him in defiance of their teachings. Blackith was safe as long as they believed him to be dead. But as you can see, he is very much alive.
I don't understand. The histories claim the prince was burned to ash in the skies.
Your histories are fabrications. The prince was not killed. As you can very well see, he was in prison. She kept him this way because she was reluctant to eradicate such power. Power that she might one day wish to take from him. If the Githyanki ever find out what she has done, there will be civil war. Blackith will be finished.
Good to know. How did Gortash and the other Chosen find out about the Astral Prism?
A very good question. One that I have been unable to answer. That Orpheus lives at all is ruinous to Blackith. She has done everything in her power to keep his existence a secret. That Gortash and the Chosen found out about it. This is impossible to explain. But it was important enough to them that Gortash sent me to retrieve it. The moment I found it, I felt a change. My free will returning. I followed the feeling inside, and found Orpheus. I realized what the prison was for. Containment. While my body was within the prison's bounds, my mind was free. I could resist the Elder Brain, the Chosen. Better yet, I could plan to overthrow them. All I needed to do was subdue Orpheus and find allies in the outer world. You.
What happens if we free Orpheus?
That would be a terrible idea. The moment he is free, he will attack you. Your only defense would be to kill him. And in so doing, you would doom us both.
Even though he is subdued, you feel Orpheus's revulsion. A pulsing hatred that cannot be contained. The Emperor is telling the truth. To him, you are just another wretched illithid.
You carry a tadpole. As far as Orpheus is concerned, you are already a illithid. A sworn enemy, just like me.
I'm no illithid, and I never will be.
You are already more illithid than you realize. It has improved you. You seek to reverse an inevitable process. A process of evolution. When I first escaped from the Elder Brain, I too railed against the change. But the longer I have inhabited this form, the more it has grown on me. Even if my original body remained intact after I transformed, I would not return to it. Doing so would only impose limitations. As an illithid, I have far surpassed who I ever was before. You too should embrace this change.
Yeah, no. Trying to avoid becoming a mind flayer. I thought you agreed to protect me.
I believe we'll have a better chance of defeating the Elder Brain if you embrace your latent illithid potential. I've been studying you for a while now. I believe I can trigger the next stage of your tadpole's life cycle, while continuing to preserve your independence. You have seen what I can do. Imagine yourself with the same strength, the same intelligence, the same devastating beauty.
Dude, you have tentacles
If you
for
let
a
me,
face,
I can
and your
evolve
brain is exposed. No, no way.
Even as you say the words, you feel a lurch of disappointment. Your mind bristles with illithid potential. How could you be so cruel as to deny yourself what you want most in the world?
I felt that. It's your nature. You cannot fight it. So embrace it. It wants to evolve, but it cannot do so alone. It must commune with another.
No, I won't do it. Here we go. So I need a minimum roll of a 16. Here we go. Just enough. Thank you, Shadowheart, for your guidance.
A wave of disappointment, stronger than any you've ever felt. And then stillness. You've resisted your illithid instincts. For now.
You are not ready yet. Keep hold of it then, until you are. It has enough vitality to further your evolution, and your allies. Perhaps you will be more inclined to try it when you see more of what our enemy can do. But we mustn't lose focus. We need to resume our journey. You heard the Chosen. The brain has gone to the city, and the army marches to follow. We must not let them reach it. We must find the brain, and bring it under our control.
Alright, well. I just noticed the ghost tentacles around the portal. Alright. Portal of material blade. Find my Shadowheart.
I'll give up now.
It's been a long day.
Orpheus, Gith's only son. He lives. It is not the Geich visitor that Vlaakith would destroy and Voss would set free. It is Orpheus, the blood of the mother, the prince of the comet.
Blood of the Mother, who is he exactly?
Listen close. The Emperor spoke only in half-truths. For you to know the tale of Orpheus,
you must know the tale of Gith and of Vlaakith. Long ago, when we rose up against our gay slavers, Mother Gith made for the Hells to secure an alliance with the archdevil Tiamat. Tiamat gifted the Githyanki our red dragons. Gith remained in the Hells, and Tiamat's envoy proclaimed Vlaakith our ruler. The first Vlaakith of many. It is Vlaakith 157 whom my people now call Queen.
157? That's a lot of Vlaakiths.
Yes. Our current queen has claimed undeath and reigned for 1,000 years. But it was the first whom Orpheus tried to slay. Orpheus is Gith's only son. He led his mother's own honor guard in a coup against Vlaakith I. It was Kithrak Voss himself who slayed the prince in vicious battle, or so the Varshas teach us. Yet the Prince of the Comet's been with us, subdued by that repugnant Illithid. Should Orpheus go free, he would tear Vlaakith's empire to pieces and build new glory from the scraps.
Then Voss is right. Orpheus is the seed of Vlaakith's demise.
The seed and the sower. Every word Voss spoke, he spoke true. Orpheus is the living proof of the Queen's lies, and the living weapon that conquered our Geich slavers. One word from his lips, and the people would doubt. 2 words, and they would rage. 3 words, and they would bow to the true heir. If the Githyanki are to be free, the Prince of the Comet must lead the way.
I talked about Orpheus.
What about him?
Why is he called Prince of the Comet?
The historical slates describe Orpheus as a fearsome, terrible creature, powerful beyond measure, and enthralled by the Geich. So mad with power, he'd smash through the Githyanki Empire and deliver the shards to his Illithid masters. And glowing with such psionic force that he and his red dragon blazed a trail through the skies. A lethal comet careening towards my people. Lies, of course. Vlaakith spread a false image of Orpheus as monstrous betrayer, and her knights as the butchers who sliced him through. She was right to fear him, I'll grant her that. So great is the comet, it could shatter her reign.
Why did Vlaakith keep Orpheus alive all those millennia ago?
The Emperor may be loathsome, but it's right. Orpheus can disrupt a gay hive mind. A talent like that makes the prince a powerful shield and a powerful weapon. Why destroy a weapon like that when you can contain it in a relic and keep it for yourself?
Why would she want him dead now if he's so valuable alive?
A weapon is only an asset for as long as it isn't pointed at you. The means of Vlaakith's own end has been ripped away from her. Better to have Orpheus killed than to risk his escape. Better to risk the rise of Illithids than let the Prince of the Comet deny her the godhood she craves.
Who are the hostile Githyanki in the prison?
Orpheus's honor guard, loyal to the end. Trapped by Vlaakith in the same prism holding their noble prince, fruitlessly hacking at the sphere that contains him. They see us as Geich, tadpoled husks in the Emperor's thrall. I regret their deaths, but I pledge to live as they perished, in the service of Gith's son.
Well... Okay,
So, there's been a mind flayer inside the artifact, or astral prism, the whole time we've had it. Sounds like utter madness, even though I've seen it with my own eyes. The more I learn, the less I understand just why I was sent to retrieve that thing. But it matters little now. I do not serve Shah anymore, nor the Mother Superior. The prism is no longer my mission. Saving my parents is. But I digress. Did you want something?
Yeah.
Of course. I thought you'd never ask.
Although in hindsight, I probably should have cast Prestidigitation, but oh well.
Even if I could remember, I'm not sure I'd tell you. I don't want your ego to get overinflated.
Too late.
Fine. What's on your mind? No notes. You've exceeded my every expectation. Considering all we'd been through, I think I was very lucky to find such favorable company. And attractive company too, no less.
Alright, let's go ahead and complete the long rest. And I think we'll go ahead and call that a stream for today. So we'll go ahead and save. New save. Tomorrow will be Final Fantasy X, where we confront Seymour Guado in the Macalania Temple. And then shit will happen, and yeah, that won't be fun. Wednesday, the Floof crew and I will be on Baldur's Gate 3 doing quests in Rivington to prepare to enter the actual city. Thursday, we continue Act 2 in Ace Combat 5 in the carrier run. On Friday, we're going to head to Eladon, the world that Water abandoned on in Mass Effect Andromeda, and link up with the Krogan colony of New Tachanka. Saturday, now that all the audio logs are finished, we will finish Halo 3 ODST. And next week, we're about the same spot as the Floof crew in Baldur's Gate. So we'll do the same thing. We'll do stuff in Rivington. Get the lay of the land. And yeah. So thank you all for joining me. I hope you had fun. Have a great rest of your weekend. And I will see you guys tomorrow.